Hey friend, and welcome to today's video. Today, I want to talk about the one thing we could be doing to sabotage our marriage, because this one thing is not all that important to us. This one little thing it's not necessarily a priority to us, but let me tell you, it is a priority to your man. And so what is that one thing? That's the subject of today's video. So, what is the one thing that could be sabotaging your marriage? That one thing is intimacy, a lack of intimacy with your husband. Yep, you probably knew I was going to say that, didn't you? But a lack of intimacy with your husband will wreck your marriage. I don't know why God made us so different. I have prayed many times, God, please give me the desire that you have given to him, right? And God is always faithful to answer that prayer, by the way. But sometimes I really have to pray that, because for a woman, let's just face it, at the end of the day, we're tired. And especially if we have young kids in the house, that is not at the top of our things to do. But let me tell you, for our husbands, it's at the top of his things to do. So therefore, if we want a strong marriage and we don't want to inadvertently sabotage our marriage, we need to make this little thing to us, which is a really big thing to them, we need to make it a priority. Listen to what God says in his word about intimacy with our husbands. God says, do not deprive each other, except perhaps by mutual consent, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. I remember the time in my marriage that I completely abandoned intimacy in my marriage. I had young kids, and I was exhausted. And honestly, I was ticked off at my husband a lot for a lot of reasons. But when I learned this principle, that it didn't matter how I felt, but if I would make this a priority, things would turn around. And I'm telling you, they did turn around in my marriage. Let me go on to say, the word also says that when we deprive our husbands, it says, then when you come together again, so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. And so listen, friend, when we deprive our husbands of intimacy, we are opening the door for the enemy to attack. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that the enemy is after our marriages. He does not want our marriages to succeed. He opens the door for our husbands to have eyes for other women, for pornography, unhealthy, lustful desires that we were created to fulfill in our marriages. And so, friend, this little thing to us is a really, really big thing to our husbands. I had a wise woman once told me, she said, Tara, if your husband is grumpy, you need to search your mind. When was the last time you slept with him? And if it's been a while, then that's probably the reason why he's grumpy. And she's right. She's totally right. So I started doing this back in 2003. I started making this little thing to me, which is a big thing to him, started making it a priority. And I'm telling you, that and the host of things that God says in his word that makes a marriage work, started doing these things. And what do you know? It turned my marriage around. My marriage hasn't been the same since. And so, friend, this little thing to us is a big thing to them. And so don't deprive your husbands. We do it at our own detriment. So, friend, when was the last time? If you can't remember, giddy up. It's time.